In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a small home network with the cables that we made in the previous videos. Here on the table you can see a patch panel and a bracket that you might see in a small office. And here's a patch cable that's running back to my ISP router to give internet connectivity to this small 5-port switch. You'll see a lot of these small switches in small businesses. Oftentimes daisy-chained one to another. And so this is the cable that we made in a previous video, a keystone, a female end that we put on a cable, and on the other end we attached it to the, punched it down to the patch panel, and then just have it plugged into a wall jack. This is simulating a cable going from a patch panel all the way to an office, down a wall, and then mounted onto a wall plate. And then on the other end we see the patch cable that we made in one of the previous videos, and it's going from a open port and the switch to the port and the patch panel. The port in the patch panel that corresponds to where the cable is punched down. And lastly, we just need a device to plug into to test. So I have an Ethernet cable plugged into the wall jack. And on the other side of that Ethernet cable is a USB-C to Ethernet dongle on my laptop that doesn't have an Ethernet port. And right here I'm noticing that I am not getting an Ethernet connection on my laptop, and I'm noticing, so what's the first thing I do in troubleshooting? I look at the switch and I notice that the switch doesn't show any lights on that port. So I'm checking to see if the cable's plugged in all the way, and then I realize that I need to double check the port that I have the Ethernet cable plugged into on the patch panel. When I look on the back of the patch panel, I see that I had punched it down on number 2 and not number 1. So right there I just moved the patch cable over to number 2. And this is IT. Troubleshooting is part of every day. Troubleshooting your own mistakes, troubleshooting other people's mistakes, troubleshooting the faults in components, the failures of devices. And right here I'm just typing in ipconfig to pull up the IP address to demonstrate that it's now connected to the Ethernet port. And I'll try to get a close-up of the screen. Not sure if it's going to show up, but it's connected. You can see a valid IP address and the gateway. Hopefully I'm not giving too much information there because these videos are public. And there you can see that the Ethernet symbol is showing up, and we see all the Wi-Fi near me. But I'll click on that again when I get this computer stable, and we'll see that it's connected to Ethernet. Up here at the top, there we go. It is connected to Ethernet and not Wi-Fi, and has internet access. So that is an example of your small home network utilizing all the different cables that we made in the previous videos, using RJ45 heads, keystones, patch panels, connected into switches, that a switch that's connected to an ISP router and a laptop. Thank you for watching the video.